Folks, we're back for another edition of Tape Don't Lie, joined, of course, by my guy, Chris Martin, college football analyst. C-Mart, how you doing?
Hey, man, I'm fantastic. I'm ready for a fresh start.
Yeah, listen, you mentioned fresh start. We're going to talk Kenneth Walker and what he brings to this Michigan State offense. A team they've opened it up, right? A lot of folks didn't expect this team to win 4 or 5 games, and they've already got 3 under their belt, so they're doing pretty well. And it's powered by Kenneth Walker. Let's look at him at Michigan State, coming from Wake Forest. And this is one of those things where you can see the talent on display.
Well, the kid's more of a workhorse than a show horse. You see that right away. If you talk to the coaches, they will tell you that he is the hardest working player on the entire team. And so guys like that, when they come in, they're able to get players to galvanize because of that ability and that DNA.
Yeah, listen, you talk about ability in the DNA. We see the cutback here, and then I'll pause it up here because, look, this is what you want. If you're a defensive back, that's how you want to fit this run. The problem is if you got a workhorse and not a show pony, what you're dealing with is somebody that might make it a bad decision for you, and that's what he does right there. So let's flash forward now to modern day, to current times, right? That was a year ago. He did score 13 touchdowns for the Demon Deacons, but now let's talk about what he's doing at Michigan State, and this is against Miami, a game they were underdogs in, and not only did they cover, not only did they win, they beat the pants off Miami down there in Florida, which was really cool to see. And here, you talk about him as a natural runner. I want folks to see this play. We're going to watch it twice, but I want folks to see this play where he recognizes what's going on. We're going to talk about the crackback. So take me through this walk as we watch it from the rear view.
Well, the key word that you said is natural runner. That's the ability to pick and slide. Here he presses the hole to suck up the defense, and he does a good job. And when you do that, it allows the defense to get sealed and allows him to get on the edge, on the perimeter, which is where he wants to be. Now you got him one-on-one with a corner. You like your odds. So, again, you press to suck in the defense. You got to get a seal. You'll see a nice double crackback off the edge. And then Walker has the ability in the burst to get that edge. And now all of a sudden you're running for the sticks. You don't want, as a corner, I've seen this many times, you don't want to come up against one-on-one with a big physical back. It's what we call a strong lower unit runner because he can run you over.
Yeah, he can run you over. You're going to try to tackle him from the side, as we saw him just do right there. But I love the fact that you mentioned those double crackback blocks because this is Michigan State. We think about them, and I think about Le'Veon Bell, and I think about Mel Tucker as a defensive-minded coach, and what does he want to do in carrying on that tradition that goes, Saban to D'Antonio to obviously to Mel Tucker now. But he's expanding things. He's making everybody come inside so that they can bounce it wide, and that's what those crackback blocks do. So I think this is a full team sort of renaissance, if you will, for Michigan State. So let's look at this one. This is another play. We saw the cutback at Wake Forest against NC State. Let's look at the cutback again because I love his ability to take care of the hanger by himself.
Well, the one thing that you notice with Walker, he's very rarely tackled by the first defender. And the other thing that you see on this tape, and this is a great illustration, is he has great and tremendous contact balance. So What that means is when you get struck by the first defender, you're going to be able to get yards after that because he can run through that. As my coaches used to say, with this guy, if you don't bring your feet when you tackle him, you'll be looking at his rear. And that's exactly what happens with a lot of defenders, especially here from Miami. You got to bring your feet and get this guy on the ground.
I don't think there's a more prime example of looking at someone's rear than this right here, where as he goes through his spin move, he is literally staring right at it, but he's able to step out of this tackle. And again, that's a hybrid linebacker defensive end that he's shaking off and still finding a way to, okay, you're not going to get me 91, neither are you. Bubba Bolden's going to have to clean this up, but that's after I've picked up a first down. That's a beautiful play, and I love that about Kenneth Walker. He's able to do that, but this Michigan State team has kind of embodied that. Now, this one, I'm going to start this one, and then I want to hear your take on what I'm seeing here, because this is not just Kenneth Walker. This is a Michigan State and smart offensive coordinating, smart play design. So what you're going to get here, we get a wide receiver right here, and he looks like he's going in. Now, how many times have we seen that shovel pass, right? That inside shovel pass from the quarterback. We've seen that. Now, what else are we going to see? We've got a tight bunch formation. We're going to see action this way. Okay, how many times have we seen that action that leads to the option where the quarterback can pitch it out? So you got multiple avenues of trouble here. But the reality is, C-Mark, You just got to run. It's just a run play. But they got a lot of window dressing. Peyton Thorne's going to come back, hand the ball off to our guy, Kenneth Walker, and he's going down. And I love this. We talked about them putting 53 in conflict. Look at the way they put this guy in conflict. It's not a zone read. Doesn't have to be a zone read. They put this guy in conflict by doing that. Look at this. Check this out. Boom. Uh-oh. Now I'm underneath you, and I'm scooting. What do you think?
Oh, my. Well, to see that dead leg toward the end of the run is you think of this guy as sort of just power and physicality. But he also has a foot quickness here. Get the foot in the ground, give him that dead leg, and then you're able to cut in between the defenders. So he combines athleticism with low center of gravity. And like I said, his ability to get on that next level, get the foot in the ground, and then push the pile to get extra yards.
Yeah, so this is the same action, right? We're going to see that shovel pass action. We're going to see that orbit back here, but it's just a run. The reason I put this on here, C-Mart, as we get through this kind of game angle here is I want to show you what this does, what he brings to the table, but what also this play design brings to the table. So let's check it from the rear view. Now, let's draw a line right here. This is where this is the middle of their field, right? Kind of down the hash. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 Miami defenders on that side of the football. Now, once we get the motion in the action, what do we have here? Once he gets the football in his hands, same line. 3 guys, and look at where these guys, look at where they're leaning. Look at the lean, the body lean of both of these guys. They're going the wrong way. And he recognizes it. Let me get wide. Okay, here we go. Let's go down the field. Boom.
Yeah, and that's an outstanding drawing by you, and that's just a tremendous run. It's a counter, and so he has good film. But look how he runs to the daylight. He has that feel and the instinct, and that's sort of the thing that you can't teach with this guy, the ability to make plays. He's averaging nearly 9 yards a carry, and that's because, again, the balance, the lower body strength, and then the burst to get the perimeter. This is a team, Michael, that's playing with the identity of their head coach, Mel Tucker. That's imposing, wanting to be physical, everything that's about that brand there in East Lansing.
I think you got it all put together there, C-Mart. This has been Tape Don't Lie.